Yo, it's the almighty green talent, intercepting a pass for 6 points. Coming at you with another video. As you guys see, I got my coffee right in front of me, and I got this Hershey bar right here, as you can see. Hershey bar right there. Alright, anyway, this video is about OTAs. I've been hearing and have been reading up on social media the last few days, and I've been hearing OTAs have been sensational the last several days. Like I said, I've only been reading 3 days ago, or going into 3 days. I've been hearing that OTAs have been pretty good, and so the players that have been doing pretty good so far at OTAs have been AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, and last but not least, the big defense tackle himself, who the Eagles drafted in the first round. I think 14th pick overall, or 13th pick, somewhere along up in there. Big boy Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Them 3 guys I've been hearing about so far have been having pretty good OTAs, and they say that Big Jordan has lost 12, 13, or 14 pounds in the off season, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good for a guy who wants to get underweight and get quick at the defensive tackle position, because he's supposed to be the heir apparent once number 94, 91 himself calls it a career, who the Eagles signed to a 1-year, $14 million deal. A lot of people these days still saying that contract is still a little bit high, but it ain't actually high. See what I'm saying? That $14 million is actually an incentive contract. So that's a pretty good contract for him, because he's a veteran who the Eagles got that 12th overall in 2012. You know what I'm saying? So that guy, he's been doing really well for his career. He got over 50 sacks. You know what I'm saying? But the last 3 years have been down for him, because he's been sliding. I think he had like 10 and a half sacks like 2017, I believe. 18, 19, and 20 have been. I'm sorry, 2018. I think he had double-digit sacks that year. And then 19, 20, 21 have been down year. I think he had like 7 sacks in 2019, I believe. And 2020 had something like 6 sacks. The following year, 2020 and 2021, he had like 5 sacks. So he been dipping in the sack category position, because the fact is there's been a changeover at the coaching staff position, and they bring in a new different type of defensive scheme. So a lot been going on lately back in that time, but then that's over with now. So they brought in the big defensive tackle Jordan on a they signed him to his rookie deal, yada. So but anyway, OTAs and what it's really about. So, but like I said, the 3 guys that I just mentioned have been having pretty good OTAs so far. So it's good to actually see these guys or hear them have good OTAs, because next after OTAs is training camp. And training camp actually starts in June, so that's like 2 weeks away, I believe, right along my birthday week, you know what I'm saying? So it could be good to make a report on training camp and see who makes the impact, who makes the most plays on offense, defense, special teams. So but I haven't hearing nothing on special teams. I've been hearing a lot of stuff on offense, defense, but not special teams yet. So it makes you wonder how that's going to change this season, because the Eagles had a guy by the name of Dave Flip, who was the special teams coordinator back here several years ago. But he was let go after last season when the Eagles brought in his new coaching staff. But special team wasn't that bad last year, but it wasn't that good either. So bringing in some new players that are gonna play on special teams should do the work, or should do the job. So we'll see how that go this year, because like I said, the coach stuff is young, you know what I'm saying? So they got to understand and get a fifth one to actually become better in the special teams department. But like I said, I have been hearing OTAs and special team recently. So like I said, most OTAs actually deal with players getting in their associated groups. They talk and get an understanding of what the coach is trying to put out there or feed to them, so they're understanding what to do on the field. So all that pays tribute to what they're going to do this season. Then they add some new addition to defense, because John Gannon wants to run a 3-4-4-3 hybrid defense. So last year He actually didn't have to play it for it because Brandon Graham got hurt, and when Brandon Graham got hurt, that kind of put a damper on what he wanted to do. But in my opinion, he did the best that he could. So now he ain't got no excuses because he got some young talent on defense that he can use, specifically on defense. And I hope, and I haven't heard anything yet from the Kobe Dean, who is supposed to be the heir apparent to the middle linebacker position. We'll see how that goes for him. I said he's a rookie, so you really can't count on rookies so much this year. But Jordan Davis, the one who's actually number 9, Jordan Davis, the one the Eagles really going to be depending on because he's the first round pick of this year's draft. He's the one going to be depending on the most because he's going to be sharing time with Fletcher Cox and the other boy on opposite sides. But I want to see Jordan Davis play some defensive end because I think you can see full advantage of him at a defensive end position as well because he's big enough. He's big enough and he's quick enough to play defensive end and defensive tackle, or he could play the joker defensive tackle position because the Eagles had back then when they had Jim Johnson had extra defenders that he can line up to play the joker position, which is kind of like zone, which kind of like a zone home. Just a minute. Sorry about that, folks. The light was going out. So, but anyway, as I was saying, he could play the joker defensive end or the joker defensive tackle position. So we'll see how that goes out. But it'll be good to implement some Jim Johnson defensive schemes if you're going to change defense this year to a 3-4-4-3 hybrid scheme. The joker position will come right on time as well for that title. So the Eagles probably can line Jordan Davis all over the defensive line. That'll be good if they did because the Eagles did that back in the day with I used to call him the terror, and that was Jerome Brown. The Eagles had Jerome Brown. Jerome Brown played defensive tackle. He also played defensive end too. They did the same thing with Reggie White. Reggie White was strong in the middle and he was strong on the outside. So if the Eagles were to play Jordan Davis in the middle and play him on both defensive end spots or both defensive tackle spots, you can keep double teams off of him. You'll know exactly where he's coming from. So these are schemes that I want to see on defense this year. So a lot need to be said, a lot need to be fixed, and a lot need to be implemented with offense, defense this year. Like I said, A.J. Brown been having pretty good OTAs, and so has Devonta Smith. They said Devonta Smith been catching everything thrown his way. I've been hearing about Jalen Hurts. They say Hurts been airing the ball out in OTA. He been doing a pretty good getting the ball out of his hands, and he's been running left and right to keep his eyes focused downfield and get the ball out of his hands. So this is what Hurts has to do. He has to learn to keep it focused downfield and get the ball out. Don't make a difference who coming up the middle because you either gonna get sacked or you're gonna get tackled or you're gonna get knocked down, or you could get the ball knocked out of your hand by the opposing defensive end or defensive tackle coming up the middle on you. So Hurts has to learn to stay in the pocket, keep it focused downfield and get the ball out with the quickness, because if you don't do that, you're gonna hurt your team and that could be a problem. So there's a lot that need to be said with these guys. So I've been hearing anything on the offensive side other than Hurts been having a good camp so far. Brown, Devonta Smith. Haven't heard names from Jerkins yet. The new apparent center after Kelsey calls it a career. I've been hearing a lot about the defensive line with Jordan Howard, Brandon Graham. They say Brandon Graham has been running pretty good off the field, so the knee is not an issue with him. I've been hearing Bradbury has been playing a pretty good camp, and so has our other cornerback. I can't think of his name off the back, but you know who I'm referring to. But anyway, and they're saying Mike Epps. Now this is kind of funny to me because Howard Roseman has not been bringing any player to implement the safety position because he has this belief on Mike Epps. Now Mike Epps played pretty good last year. So will he be the the guy this year. If that's a good possibility, he could be. So, with not bringing a player in, another safety in for his position, I don't know if how Roman see that's a good thing or he sees it as a good bad thing. So he really don't know. But after halfway this month, we will be seeing some players on the free agency market or players that are gonna get cut, and Eagles could have their situation or have their feast with players that are gonna make the waiver wire or players that are gonna be released. So so a lot needs to be said there. So we'll see how that goes out for OTA this week. I think OTAs again this week as well. So OTAs is normally 2 weeks. Then after OTAs, it's a rest period, and then training camp kicks in. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, this is your boy The Green, trying to come at you on a Monday morning video. P.S. I did a couple of videos, I think either Friday or Saturday. I think it was Friday, I believe. What I did a couple of comic book videos. They said the first video, the volume was real low. If the volume is real low, please just cut the volume on your phone up or put it on your tablet. Cause if it's low, like I said, I try to make my videos as loud, but not loud, but as hearing much possible. You know what I'm saying? I got the iPhone 10, and it's an old phone, so the volume may be a problem with because I do my videos on the iPhone X. So, but this year I begin a new phone, so maybe the volume will be a little bit better on a new iPhone that I'll be getting in the next 4 months from now. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, to all the ones who've been saying something about my video being low, the last one, I'm sincerely sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said. The volume on my phones are halfway, so maybe it's the volume, maybe it's the speaker on the phone or the mic on the phone that's catching the real low frequency that I do in the background, or maybe I just have a small space, and maybe the small space that I'm currently living in does not adapt sound pretty well, so that makes it that could make it a little bit hard for you guys to hear my video. But anyway, so that's what I want to speak on. I want to get the PS put in there, so, and also speak about my team during the OTA situation. So anyway, this is, like I said, this is your boy The Green, Talents intercepting the pass for the score, and most importantly, you guys enjoy your Monday morning. Like I said, I'm saying, drink the rest of my coffee here and eat the rest of this Hershey bar right here that I showed you guys the video minutes ago before the video comes to an end. So comment, like, share, subscribe, also notification bell on top, so when I make a video it comes direct to me, to you guys, and for your joy and pleasure. Again, this is your boy The Green Talents, coming at you with a video, or I can say the almighty Green Talents. That's what I'm supposed to say. But anyway, you guys enjoy your Monday. Sometimes I can say that. So, coffee, chocolate, what more can you say on your Monday morning? Peace. One love.